Welcome to this explainer. Okay, if your very first instinct when starting a dropshipping business today is to just fire up a Meta or TikTok ads account, I'm going to need you to hit pause. Seriously, stop right there. Because here's the reality in 2026. The traditional ad spend model, it's basically a brutally competitive cash-burning machine that will literally punish your budget. Customer acquisition costs have climbed year after year, and ad auctions are just more ruthless than ever before.
So that brings us to a pretty massive foundational question. Is paid traffic the absolutely only path to e-commerce success? Well, spoiler alert, absolutely not. The really amazing news here is that paid traffic is no longer the required cover charge to build a profitable store. Today, we're going to walk through the exact step-by-step concept of what we call sweat equity and how you can use it to build a thriving business.
All right, let's dive right into this. Here is exactly what we're covering today. First, the ad spend trap. Then, the organic formula. Third, winning product criteria. Number 4, 4 free traffic channels. 5, scaling with automation. And finally, number 6, pitfalls to avoid.
Part 1, the ad spend trap, and why 2026 punishes budgets.
Look, if you've been frustrated by e-commerce recently, it's probably because the old formula, find a product, run ads, scale it up, it's pretty much dead. Beginners are routinely burning $300, $400, maybe $500 just testing ads with zero profit. And why does that happen? Well, it's because when you rely solely on paid ads, you're simply renting attention. The second you stop paying that daily budget, boom, your traffic vanishes into thin air. Organic content, though, it flips this whole model on its head. Instead of buying attention, you're earning it. You create videos, optimize your product pages, write articles, and those become compounding assets. Assets that you actually own, which just keep pulling in buyers long after you hit publish.
Moving on to part 2, the organic formula, also known as sweat equity.
Now, to make this ultimate low-risk model actually work, we've got to make a very specific mindset shift right out of the gate. Think about this quote for a second. You are substituting one currency for another. Paid advertisers rent attention by the click. You're going to produce attention through effort. I want to be super straightforward with you here. Starting with a zero ad budget, totally viable. Starting with zero effort? Yeah, not going to happen. You are trading your financial capital for your time. You're trading money for the literal sweat equity of filming those videos, writing those SEO descriptions, and doing the manual outreach.
Part 3, winning product criteria, or what actually works without ads. Here's the hard truth. Not every product is going to survive without ads. To succeed organically, your product absolutely has to pass a strict, non-negotiable checklist. Number 1, it needs high visual appeal, a real wow factor. Number 2, a super clear pain to solution angle. And number 3, high perceived value so you have healthy margins. Simply put, your product has to physically stop someone from scrolling in 2 seconds flat, or it needs to solve a problem that they instantly understand in a single sentence. Let's look at what this actually looks like in practice. First up, check out the Flame Air Diffuser. This perfectly captures that high visual appeal we were just talking about. It projects this crazy optical illusion of a flickering flame using nothing but mist and LED lights. So when someone is zombie scrolling on TikTok or Reels at 2 a.m., their brain can't immediately process what they're seeing. They literally have to stop. It films beautifully in a dark room and needs absolutely zero explanation. You can source this for just a few bucks and sell it for $25 to $35 purely because the video itself does all the pitching for you. Now let's look at another example and see how this builds on our rules. The memory foam seat cushion absolutely nails the clear pain to solution criteria. Just picture this, a remote worker wincing in a rock-hard chair, which, let's be real, we've all felt during endless Zoom meetings, followed by a quick cut to them sitting super comfortably on this cushion. Boom! It instantly addresses lower back pain for millions of people working from home. You really don't need any vague, flowery ad copy here. Just demonstrating that instant relief justifies the purchase right then and there for the viewer. And for our third example, we have the sunset projection lamp, which perfectly illustrates high perceived value. This lamp, it only cost a couple of dollars to source from a supplier, but because it casts this gorgeous, highly photogenic sunset gradient across a room, organic buyers are more than happy to pay a premium margin for it. Why? Well, because on organic channels, you aren't selling the cheap plastic components. You're selling the premium vibe, the aesthetic transformation that the camera captures.
All right, part 4, 4 free traffic channels for generating demand.
Once you've got that winning product,
This right here is your arsenal for generating demand. And keep in mind, the most successful sellers out there don't just pick one of these. They stack 2 or 3 of them together to build a really powerful system. Take TikTok Shop and Organic. It's high effort, you're making 1 to 3 videos a day, but the speed to your first sale is incredibly fast thanks to that rapid viral potential. On the total opposite end, you've got SEO for a Shopify blog. This is a slow compounding burn. It takes deep research and might take months to get a sale, but once you rank, it passively brings in buyers on autopilot. And right in the middle, we have marketplaces like Amazon and eBay. Medium effort, but pretty fast sales.
Now, if you're going the short-form video route, you absolutely need a formula. Going viral isn't just dumb luck. It's a strict procedural workflow that you have to follow. Step 1, you need a scroll-stopping hook in the first 0 to 2 seconds. Step 2, a problem and solution demo from seconds 2 to 15. And step 3, a crystal clear call to action right at the very end. You can execute this whole thing by just ordering a sample and filming it yourself, or you can get creative and re-edit raw clips from your suppliers so they don't just look like recycled ads.
To actually fill that 3-part structure, here are 3 proven, highly repeatable viral frameworks that you can shoot on your phone in under 15 minutes. First is the TikTok Made Me Buy It unboxing. This shows the magical end result first and then works backward to the shipping box. It totally weaponizes curiosity. Second is the Stop Doing X the Hard Way problem solver. This frames your product basically as an educational public service announcement. And third, the customer service green screen reply. This is where you reply to a skeptical comment live on camera, which builds massive trust instantly.
But hey, what if making videos just isn't your thing? Well, marketplaces like eBay and Amazon are absolute gold mines. Millions of high-intent buyers are already on those sites, literally typing in exactly what they want to buy. You don't even have to generate the demand. Your only job is optimizing your listings to capture those exact searches. eBay's search engine, Cassini, highly rewards completeness, meaning you really need to use all 80 characters in your title and fill out every single item specific. Amazon's algorithm A9 rewards keyword relevance, so optimized bullet points and lifestyle images are your ticket to organic sales.
Of course, pulling this playbook off across any channel requires reliable suppliers who don't charge upfront subscription fees. AliExpress is sort of the classic starting point, with its endless catalog, especially if you stick to their choice program for faster shipping. But as you start to grow, StartADropshipping offers a huge advantage. They do free sourcing and have localized domestic warehouses right in the US and UK. Or you can check out Doba. Their free tier gives you access to insanely fast US and UK delivery networks, which keeps your customers happy and keeps those refund rates nice and low.
Let's move to part 5, scaling with automation, or finding the tipping point.
Okay, so everything we've talked about so far relies entirely on your manual sweat equity. But there is a very distinct tipping point where human effort actually transforms into a dangerous liability. And that tipping point looks exactly like this number, 50. Look, manually processing 5 orders a day by copy and pasting tracking numbers, that's perfectly fine. But hitting 50 daily orders, that completely breaks a manual system. You'll end up with unmonitored stock levels, you'll miss supplier price changes, you'll make copy-paste errors on shipping addresses, and ultimately, you'll probably get your marketplace account suspended because you accidentally sold items you couldn't actually deliver.
And that's exactly when human effort breaks down and automation becomes totally non-negotiable. This is where AI software like EasySync steps in to act as your scaling partner. It gives you 24/7 price and stock monitoring, so your listings always match your supplier in real time. It handles automated order fulfillment, does AI product finding, and syncs your whole catalog across multiple channels. By removing all these manual bottlenecks, you basically buy back your time so you can reinvest it into making the organic content that actually grows the business.
Finally, part 6, pitfalls to avoid so you can protect your momentum.
I really want to emphasize this before we wrap up. Most organic failures in dropshipping are just issues of discipline and tracking, not a failure of the actual strategy itself. So I want to warn you against these fatal mistakes. Number 1, quitting way too early. Organic takes 2 to 4 weeks of pure consistency. Please do not quit on day 10, right before the algorithm finally rewards you. Number 2, ignoring vital video analytics. Don't obsess over vanity follower counts. Watch your retention rates. Number 3, poor supplier tracking. Seriously, use automation so you don't get suspended. Number 4, posting once and just hoping for the best. Remember, volume always beats perfection. And finally, number 5, choosing boring ad-only products that just completely lack that essential wow factor. Which leaves us with one final, pretty powerful question. Are you ready to trade your sweat equity for compounding sales? We've covered a massive amount of ground in this explainer today, from dodging that brutal ad spend trap to mastering the organic video formula and scaling the whole thing up with AI. Remember, you aren't getting something for nothing here. You are producing attention through dedicated, consistent effort. But by trading your time for these compounding digital assets, you can actually build an automated, highly profitable store without ever having to feed the paid ad machine. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer. Now go out there and start building your organic empire.